guys, Rise here once again with another quick replay for you. Definitely have a little bit more time, so I figured I might as well squeeze one more in. Make you all happy, I hope, and this time going to be an exciting game of ZVT. Haven't done many ZVTs yet, so hopefully I can at least show you how they seem to work a little bit, as we got, once again, Harrydg versus Artosis, the nerd you all love. The nerd himself in Korea. Yeah, I can call him a nerd because he calls himself a nerd all the time, so I'm not actually making fun of him, really not. He calls himself the handsome nerd or something like that. So just wanted to throw that out there. Artosis was one of the first players in beta. He had the most games of anyone for, like, I don't know, the first week or two, with a ridiculous amount of like 250 plus games. And looks like Harrydg obviously knows who Artosis is, asking him if he's taking a break from the Korean server, because we know that Artosis is in Korea, able to play in both Korea and North America. So he's actually getting a feel for the different styles that are evolving from both. And look at that. Obviously, he's dropped from his #1 rank at this point in time and wants to get it back. You can read the rest of the text for yourself, and we'll have to see. Oh, I got to put it on faster. There we go. Again, it takes me like a minute every time on average. But anyway, looks like Harrydg paying a little bit of attention to Artosis' rise through. I threw my own name in there. You see that? His rise through the ladder. I can't wait till I can say rise through the ladder one of these days. So anyway, looks like Harrydg probably going to open up with an overpool, or 12 pool, I should say. Well, actually, it's a little bit different in Starcraft 2 versus Starcraft 1. The food count starts out a little bit higher, so it's actually a 13 pool. I got to get that right in terms of proper syntax of Starcraft 2 commentating. Versus Artosis, who has gone the supply depot first versus barracks route. Often you'll actually see barracks first, so that they can rush an orbital, because the requirements of an orbital is a barracks. And the thing is, you don't need any gas to make an orbital command center, so it can be beneficial. You'll see like Torch, for instance, a Terran player who loves to go orbital rush, basically, certainly gets his barracks first in a lot of cases. Not always, but, you know, I've seen his play tends to favor the barracks first. So kind of an interesting way of playing. Not everybody goes for the heavy economic route. Just showing that there's a lot of options, especially as a Terran player, that you can go after, because you have the mules, and certainly a very useful unit to use. We'll have to see if Artosis does in fact go that. Yeah, he is getting a quick orbital. He's not rushing it as quickly as you could if you did go barracks first, but this way he's never been supply capped, which is the benefit of going supply depot first. So again, it's a little bit of a touchy difference, not a big deal, of what you go first. Again, we're seeing the supply depot is able to jump up and down, which is an awesome feature, I think. Harrydg with good positioning of his overlord, gotta say, keeping it over the rocks so that Marines are going to have a tough time trying to pick it off. Not going to really be able to find that much information, other than when Artosis, should he try to float a command center over, which is unlikely, although, of course, we can see that Marines can run around the back way around the rocks. Harrydg doing a good job with the other Overlord, again, keeping it out of harm's way, keeping it out of the scouts' sight. So if we see a SCV coming out across the field, he's not going to get spotted, and it looks like he's going to use a couple of Lings to do some scouting. The Lings will be able to get up the base. Oh, but Artosis raises it, so that's not going to happen. With omniscience, obviously, in the game, realizing that he's got to raise his supply depot. Looks like he's going for a reactor core. I've seen this build. This means he's going a couple of quick Hellions. That's right. He's going to swap it off. That's the cool thing about the reactor core, is that it's actually it's swappable with other buildings, and that goes for Tech Lab as well. Up to a starport can switch up and use it from a barracks to factory to starport. And here we see the double Hellions coming out, where he's going to try to basically do an economic harassment early on. But again, some omniscience going on in this game. The counter to that Hellion build is Roaches. Now Hydra, not really good counter, because Hydra take full damage from the Hellion, as they do bonus damage against light units. And really, it's surprising how much damage they'll do against like Lings and Hydras. You would never think that the Hellions would own Hydras as much as they do, but they do. It's like 3 shots or 4 shots and they kill them. But with the Roaches here, not going to be able to do much damage. Roaches come out so very quickly, so very good job by Harrydg to block off his ramp with a couple of Roaches. Those Hellions going to be kind of useless right now, but Artosis is going to pump out, looks like 5 of them, before switching up to starports. And with the Tech Lab, I can only imagine that means we're going to be seeing some Banshees. And oh, look at that burning up image that we get to see from the Hellions. They basically immolate the Zerg units, which is really cool. And a lot of units actually do that. It's like the Colossus does that. Hellions do it. I can't think of anything else. The roaches actually burn units up with like an acid, so kind of a cool difference. But I like how there's more than one death animation, and there we can see how much the Hellions can do if they actually attack. Especially clumped up units, because they basically do splash. But those roaches taking them all out very quickly. It looks like if we go to the units lost, that's production. We saw a Banshee coming out, by the way. Units lost, he managed to get 6 drones. But, I mean, 10 drones, actually, no, that's not 10, because he did kill a Zergling or 2. So we can see that he did some economic harassment, but he lost a lot more from those Hellions in terms of resources lost. That was probably, actually, it's probably very close. So that means he killed 1 Zergling and 9 drones. So we can actually get some good information from here that I didn't realize. And it looks like he's going to focus on this supply depot with his roaches. Break the wall. We can see how strong roaches really are early on. And Artosis, I don't think he's going to be able to hold this. I mean, he's only got a couple of Marauders. Send it out of the SCVs. SCVs are just going to get raped by these. Oh, man, these roaches are going to have a field day with especially with their armor. It's going to take so much. And Artosis! You can see that he's given up Cyan already. The Banshees, if they pop out, there it is. That's going to have a field day with the roaches. To be honest, that's not going to have a problem at all taking them out, because they can attack air. So that's the beauty of these Banshees. However, they're going to be doing so much damage by the time they all get taken out. If he can burrow, and Harrydg confessing he knows the strategy that Artosis is going. And Artosis, not really paying attention. However, it looks like Artosis is going to clean this up with the Banshees. But the damage is being done. If we just keep watching the units lost piling up, these roaches so hard to take out with that heavy armor of 2. It looks like Artosis is going to clean it up, but I would imagine a tech switch to Hydra's coming very shortly. No, even better. He's going for Muta, which means that he's going to counter these Banshees perfectly. And as soon as Artosis sees this, and as soon as the Mutas pop out, it's going to be GG, because those Banshees, although roaches can't attack air, guess what? Banshees can't either. They can only attack ground. It's kind of cool, as they're like, if you look, they're angled downwards to kind of accentuate that idea that they can only attack ground. And while he's going to get a couple of drone kills, now that these Mutas pop out, GG coming from Artosis. He knows that there's just nothing he can do at this point. And good game coming from Harrydg. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was a quick game going across. Hopefully I can do it all in one part, so I'm going to end it here. See you in the next game.